For this problem, the costs of two different kinds of heating systems for a small home are given in the following table. The question is, after how many years will total costs for solar heating and electric heating be the same? What will the cost be at that time? Well, let's first start off in step 1, and we want to let x equal an unknown quantity. So for step 1, we can let x equal what we're trying to find. We're trying to find the number of years after which the total cost for the two systems will be the same. So x equals the number of years for the total cost to be the same for each system. So in step 2, we want to represent the unknown quantities in terms of x. And we can get those unknown quantities from our chart here. We have the solar system has a cost to install. That's a fixed cost of $29,700. So we'll call this capital S. That cost is going to be $29,700. Plus it also has a variable cost. In other words, each year the cost is $150. Since x represents the number of years, we can just write 150 times x to give us the cost for each individual year. And for the electric, we'll represent that as an E. The cost for electric heating has a fixed cost of $5,000, so we'll start with that $5,000. But notice it has a higher operating cost for each year of $1,100. So we add 1,100 times x, times the number of years that is. Now, in step 3, we want to write an equation in x that models these conditions. So, for step 3, because we're really asking after how many years will the total cost for solar and electric heating be the same, we can really just set these two quantities equal to each other. We have 29,700 plus 150x equals 5,000 plus 1,100x. This is the equation that we need to solve. So let's start on a new sheet of paper. Here's the equation we just had written down. Now we're ready to start step 4. In step 4, we're going to solve this equation that we have written right here. So I have 29,700 plus 150x equals 5,000 plus 1,100x. In order to solve this, I'm going to actually move the x's to the right-hand side and move the constant terms to the left-hand side. If I subtract 5,000 from each side of the equation, I'll have 24,700 is equal to, and I'll also subtract 150x from both sides of the equation, and on the right-hand side I'll have 950x. When I divide both sides of the equation by 950, I'll get x is equal to 26. Now remember, x was the number of years for the total cost to be the same. So in other words, we can say in 26 years, the total cost for each system will be the same. And we actually had one more question to answer. The other question is, what will the cost be at that time in 26 years? And I'm going to answer this in step 5. Normally in step 5 we check our answer. So remember back in step 2 I said that the total cost for solar is 29,700 plus 150 times x. And if I substitute 26 in for x, I'll get 29,700 plus 150 times 26, or I'll have a total amount of $33,600. Now, let's check to make sure that the total cost for electric is exactly that same amount. The electric cost for heating was $5,000 plus $1,100x. So if we substitute in 26 for x, that will give us 5,000 plus 1,100 times 26. And if we calculate this amount, we also get exactly $33,600.